so I don't have to do that shit again. Dave point systems in this game was a bad decision by the Dave. Or the devs. Let's just I'm just gonna pretend that the developer was named Dave and he called them Dave points. Dave, with your fucking Dave points all the time. Thinking they're a good idea. Some of us fucking suck at games. I should have known, I should have been more prepared. Fuck Langston and the Mugs. This fast piece of shit. Fuck off, you fucking dildo. Fuck. Across the field. Come on. Bitch. Fuck off, really? Alright. Healing you assholes. Where the fuck are you? Boom. Back to front. Cool. Go on a spiritual journey.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
Oh shit, that was that thing that I fought and then I'd fall through the fucking holes that he would make in the... I'm gonna have to fight him again, aren't I? This is gonna be bullshit.
Just doing my job.
Jesse, you know what? Call me mean all you want.
First one down. Director Faden's got this covered.
I'm pretty sure Jessie has way too much confidence in her abilities. Like, sure, she got here and she cleaned up the mess. She's still fucking new. She can't be walking around like, oh yeah, well, I'm just the hot shit. Y'all know me, Jessie Faden. What's cracking? Walk around like fucking calling shots and shit. And it's like, you're still new. Be fucking humble. Damn. gonna do? I'm gonna try using spin for a minute, because I remember hating it, and maybe it's just what I need. The oh yeah protagonist? Oh yeah! Now, call me... Wonder if this wall can come down. How else do you get that box? Nothing. There we go. I know you didn't include Macho Man Randy Savage. I just assumed it, because how do you put Macho Man in your sentence and not include Randy Savage? Mr. Bonesaw. Mr. Pomp and Circumstance. One of the best wrestlers ever. Oh yeah! Can't do a good Macho Man. I wish I could do a good Macho Man. Bonesaw is ready. Okay. Go to Crossroads. Apparently I missed a whole section next to Cave Bleed. Where the fog nuts that is. Abilities. I got 4. So what do we do? 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 I feel like the smart money is on shield, because they got this whole shield dash situation. While holding shield, use evade to rush at enemies and knock them back. Requires evade. Which do I need? Yeah, I do. I do need that. In fact, I don't even need... I will need that one. Aha, I don't need that. I need that. Alright, I gotta start using shield. I'm upgrading it. Might as well start using it. Alright, gents, I gotta step away from the keyboard for a bit and rest my ass. Sitting in a chair is painful after a bit. Alrighty. You go rest that ass. It's America's ass. A reference to, I'm sure, one of your favorite movies. It's one of America's favorite movies. Alright. Crossroads. I gotta head this way. Locked. So how do I get through?
Hey, try not to launch me, Director. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Jesse, hey!
Kraken Pope?
How did she get down here?
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with
It's
the
making me
situation.
not trust
The
this
astral
Pope
plane is
person.
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs.
Yeah, this Pope
Possibly
bitch.
some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved
Or
time and
dead
time again
people.
that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Really, Pope? Take detailed notes on what, my
All
gun?
the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as
What?
nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that
Hold on, hold on. Now she's giving me shit to do? You gotta be fucking jerking my chain here.
Back it in.
I didn't take you for... Jesse, you're back. So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID
Oh,
cards.
ID cards.
I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Yeah, you didn't do
Are you
shit.
starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
Heyo. It's because I'm the
A rare
director.
one, then. Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I
Fucking
think you
nerd.
should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research.
Fucking
From what I
man.
gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key.
Dangerous to go alone.
Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. Look, keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number.
Did I find 5? I think I found 5.
The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
Oh. It's cool.
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
Sounds like
Sure,
Americans.
There's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
We're just gonna
I
find
only know
out.
what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. And before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
Clearly it's a
a good question.
barrier
See, I
between
always
them.
pictured objects of power as
Jeez.
strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
It's a great visual,
Not the
thanks.
prettiest metaphor.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Alright, so... Because I think I found the baseball cards? I missed one. Are you fucking out of your mind? Oh. Well, those are just information scenes. The cutscenes are usually much better and more interesting. Fuck, I missed one. Son of a bitch. I have no
Don't be
idea.
a stranger.
Okay. Fuck, fuckaroo, 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 fuck. Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but they're like, you know, RPG talk trees. Well, not really, because they don't really go anywhere with them. Let me get all the info. There might be a secret to what's going on. Okay. Of course not. Fuck, of course I should have assumed there wasn't one. And here we go. Base camp. Let's... Ugh. At the fire pits. Shit. Why couldn't I possess that guy? Feel like I could possess him. Where you at? Where you at, motherfucker? Where you at? Oh, I know where you. I know you're. Boom. Wow. Rock to the face. Alright, shifting fragment, fantastic. What's going on over Meow? Ah. Open up the cooler, what do you get? Evade ammo refund. Something I 100% need, thank you. Something I definitely plan on using all the time. Thank you so much for giving it to me. Dun, 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 dun. Just killed my man. I have a weird dusty effect happening in here. Also, because of the lighting, I feel like I'm gonna miss shit hiding in the shadows, and that's gonna bother me. I like me some collectibles. Fuck off. Really? There he is. I'm just gonna snipe you from a distance, dog, because I know that you want me to come up closer, and I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Thinking smart? Fuck off. Where are you? Killed your... Come on. That shit. More of you? Fuck off. Alright. So we got this fucking monstrosity, whatever the fuck nuggets it is. Launch efficiency. Now that's speaking my language. Guess this is a moment to mention that I've been rewatching Community because it's one of the greatest shows ever made. Is there any room in this pocket for a little spare Chang? There's gotta be some kind of collectible in here. This epic room, lots of space, lots of stuff. There's gotta be something. We got to like the highest point. I don't really like the use of the light. It's distracting and I feel like it's preventing me from seeing things. Oh, what is this?
This area looks newer. Is it from the upper floors?
Alrighty. This is more my speed. I liked this aesthetic.
There's something behind that his barrier.
Okay, gotta run it. Okay. What about over here? Closed department, they say. Data entry? Data entries in the hellscape of the Foundation? That makes sense. Gift account. Part 1. Find part 2. Whoever finds this, I am Containment Process Director or Designer, Gene Gibbs. And I'm writing this document, the largest building shift to ever occur. Wow, I'm writing this to document the largest building shift to ever occur. Here are the facts. A considerably large section of containment sector, including the processing and processes and protocols offices, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break, has been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below the lobby level, I think. It was a violent shift, and I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. We've set up base camp and started triage. There are little supplies. We explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. Maybe we're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry? Wherever we are not the first. There's some rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructure. What was this area used for? Why did they seal it off? Why have we never heard of it? More importantly, how are we going to get out? I have a feeling